Cedar Point Health, happy Friday. Pretty excited. A lot of things going on. I wanted to run through just a few of them with you real quick. First, Montrose Daily Press does a survey every year. Patients voted us best of the best family practice in Montrose. So that is so awesome. I'm super pumped about that. Especially considering that I saw some of our competitors out there promoting this, trying to get patients in the community to vote for them. We didn't. We focused on taking care of the patient. We talked about taking care of the patient, and it resulted with our patients getting out and voting for us. So even without a campaign, we were voted best of the best, which I think is pretty cool. Second thing, we've got the call center up and going for our South Fifth and Nevada locations. So we've got 3 fantastic ladies taking our calls and supporting those offices, and it's resulting in quicker, better results for our patients. I'm really excited about it, and I'm grateful for those 3 team members that we have on board. So that's another thing to celebrate. Other thing I wanted to mention is our behavioral health integration committee has been working on SIM, the state innovation model, to try and work on a plan for better access to behavioral health for our patients. And we've come to the conclusion that we'd like to seek the board's support in hiring our own behavioral health provider. And we've decided that we'd like, if the board permits us, to seek a LCSW, a licensed certified social worker. And so that's super exciting. We have a letter out to the board, and we're excited to hear back with the board's approval. I'm hopeful that they'll approve it, and that this will be a good investment for Cedar Point Health, for our providers, and for our patients. So that's something that's cool that's in the mix. Another thing is that our leadership team met earlier this week, and we talked about plans for the coming year. We talked and we're laser focused on what we can do to continue to improve our organization. In fact, I talked about taking what I think is an incredibly good organization and taking the next step towards becoming a great organization. And so we brainstormed and spent several hours talking about, so that was myself, that was Dean, that was Ashley, Laura, and Dr. Bryce Loki, our CMO. Super excited about what we discussed. And in fact, to piggyback off that a little bit, one of the things that we talked about was implementing the Baldrige framework. I'm not going to go into the details of what that is right now. You can look it up online if you're interested. But it just so happens that I have a connection with the former CEO of the University of Colorado Health System, Rulon Stacey. And before that, he was the president and CEO of the Poudre Valley system up in Fort Collins when they were doing some really miraculous thing, and actually won the Malcolm Baldrige Award for Quality at that health system. Well, he's coming to Montrose. I had heard of that. And I reached out to Rulon to see if he would be willing to come spend some time with our leadership team. And he was willing. So I'm super excited that a week from today, I'm going to have Rulon Stacey, who I would consider one of the top 50 in the entire country healthcare minds, who's going to come and spend some time with our leadership team. So I'm super excited about that. When we talked about what we need to accomplish in the next year, there's a quote that resonated with me. And the quote goes something like this, that if you want to achieve a new goal, in fact, I'm just going to read it right off my whiteboard that I have behind me. To achieve a goal you've never before achieved, you must start doing things that you've never done before. So as we look at our wildly important goals, our next big achievements that we want to target, that's what we have in mind, is that it might drive us towards new behaviors. We might have to start acting differently in order to accomplish that new goal. Another thing that I'm just going to leave you with real quick is a TED Talk that I recently listened to by Atul Gawande, and I would highly encourage you to look it up. He's a super cool healthcare guy, a surgeon at Harvard and in Boston, and actually was recently picked to be the CEO of that Amazon, Berkshire Hathaway, JP Morgan healthcare fix that they think they're going to do. He was asked to be their CEO, but he's a really innovative healthcare thinker and has written some cool books like Being Mortal and the Checklist Manifesto. But in this TED Talk, he talks about how in most professions, the pathway is that we go to school, we learn a lot about a particular topic, we graduate and we're professionals, and we never do much in the way of being coached or observed after that to see if we're actually good at our jobs. And he said, and that's in stark contrast to what we do in sports and athletics, that even at the professional levels, the best players, they have coaches. There is somebody who's looking over their shoulders, critiquing them, helping them to be better, helping them drive their success. And he decided that he was going to try that. He thought that that would be worth his while. So he went to one of his former professors of surgery, asked him to come start observing him in the OR. And he shares the story about how the first case that he ever did under observation went flawlessly. He said he couldn't imagine it could have gone any better. And when he walked out of the surgery and went to get his feedback, expecting to get praise, which there was praise involved, but he said that he was surprised to find that this former professor who had watched him and observed him in surgery had a full page of handwritten notes in small print with feedback for him to make him better. And Atul Gawande, Dr. Gawande, had this coach with him over the next year, and it resulted in measurable better outcomes. Objectively, he could say he became a better surgeon because he had a coach watching over his shoulder. So I thought that was really neat, and I've been thinking a lot about it. And we all need coaching. I seek feedback from my leadership team, and I'm considering ways that I can get some more mentorship for leaders, for myself and for other leaders in our organization. So anyway, that's what I'm going to leave with. Happy Friday. For those not working this weekend, enjoy your weekend. For those working this weekend, thank you for serving our patients that way. And enjoy it. We'll see you.